Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our special edition on Comedy, Chords, and Chaos. We thought we would get the most knowledgeable people on the American election and have them talk to you tonight about what's going to happen. Well, my goodness.
When are they showing up?
I can only imagine when I suggested this. Actually, I didn't suggest it. I just posted it in a post, and I think Mark and Tim were like, Jesus Christ, now what? So anyways, I thought it would be a little bit of fun. So we're gonna dive into the election, and I want to give you the score so far in the first period or first quarter. We've got Biden is winning 85-72. And you guys say, why is he talking like it's a game? Well, you can go and bet on this thing. You can actually go and bet, and my son sent me the betting card for it. So you can go to bets.com, and you can actually lay a bet down on who you want to win and win some money. So maybe we can bet on the riots after. How many stores, like, who's going to get hit the worst? I heard there's a big, well, I guess, would it be a big, or there's a big shortage. Is that an oxymoron? A big shortage? Maybe not. A big shortage on plywood. Because everyone's bought all the plywood now to board up their stores. So, yeah. Yep. So before we get to that, and this week in music, we are going to do the news.
It's coming. Sorry.
And now, Comedy, Chords, and Chaos News.
Oh, I got to talk to the people in the choreography department. We got to work on that move a bit there, yeah.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it. That's okay. You know, hey, burning down the house tonight, or the flag, or whatever. I don't know.
Burning something down.
So let's get started. This is a story from the Mirror. My ex dropped off the wrong baby. Now I want to change our custody agreement. Be thankful you got a kid. Who cares what they look like? They're all gender neutral. Aren't they all gender neutral at that point? So does it really matter? Anyways, this mom, guy dropped it off. I mean, shit happens. You got two. But I got you got like the green frog. It's like you've got like a little, like, when you wrap a present for somebody at Christmas and you kind of like, I don't want to put names on it, who it's from, but I'm going to put this blue bow over here so we know it's for so-and-so. I mean, it was all laid out and the guy made a mistake, but anyways. Wrong baby. Could have been worse. I bet he's glad he's not married to her, though. He hits his ex and goes, fuck, now you know why I did divorce you. It's only a kid. A little mix up. This one is, this could be the same couple. Woman spends thousands on, which is dollars, on vet bills for farting dog before discovering it was her husband. So the husband kept saying it wasn't him. It's not me, honestly. So first off,
blame it on the dog.
First off, I have no problem saying it's me, and then I'm thinking the money. Like, who is it? His wallet that's involved in this? I don't know. Maybe it's not even their dog. Maybe someone dropped off the wrong dog. Who knows? Who knows what happened? Anyways, stinky old dogs. Nutty professor in the Indonesian school is accepting tuition payments in coconuts.
Oh,
that's pretty good because the price of them, with all these freaking health nuts and vegans, health nuts. That's no pun there, health nuts. And vegans, they'll pay a lot of money for coconut milk and all that kind of thing. So maybe the guy's got like a little organic thing going on at the school. They got a factory out back. But yeah, you can pay with coconuts. Now there's going to be a coconut shortage in Indonesia. This one.
Maybe that's why Keith Richards was climbing the coconut tree.
That's right. He was trying to get an education. He was going back to school. This is great. Biden might be up the creek with no paddle, but at least Trump's got an oar. There.
Oh, boy.
I worked hard on that one, folks. But this freaking clown, this guy is supposed to be the guy from Parry Sound in Canada, but you don't know who your hero is until the election comes along. And though I was never, I must say he was a Bruin, so it didn't really matter. But he was an Oshawa general way back in the day. But for some reason, he's got himself up the butt of Trump, and he's come out and endorsed him, saying that he's the kind of teammate he wants to have. I don't know, Bobby. I think maybe you took a few too many shots along the boards when you were a young lad. But anyways, yep. So that was a good story. But that was that was it within the week. Here's another beauty. Baby Shark Dance becomes YouTube's most viewed video at 7 billion plus views. Have you guys watched Baby Shark swims?
No.
Well, go watch it after, and you'll just completely you'll give up on life right then and there. Yeah, got it?
I don't know what I've got here.
That's not it.
No, that's not it.
You got to get Baby Shark. Yeah, it's very popular. That's Jaws. That's a big shark, Mark.
Hang on. Here we go.
Is that it? I think there's a dance.
Do the Trump.
Okay, turn that off right now.
Okay, that's going to be stuck in my head now for the next 2 weeks.
It's a catchy hook.
Hook.
Oh, this is so. If Baby Shark's not your thing and you want the real experience, man mauled by leopard in backyard zoo offering full contact experience. Well,
he paid $150.
Yeah, he paid $150 for full contact experience. Wow.
You want full contact? You got.
He had to go undergo multiple surgeries. I think he's going to be on the next Joe Exotic. This guy. I don't know what these people are thinking. There goes Yeah. I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah,
look,
I just saw that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, unfortunately for Mark, who played it, it's still stuck in his head, and he's losing a lot more than 20 seconds.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's funny enough, we have something about that on This Week in Music coming up. About songs.
If you're looking for a good bone raising experience, this is it right here. Skeleton strippers dancing outside home raise Halloween eyebrows. So check this out. Look at I remember going to see strippers when I was a young lad, and they looked this old back then in Whitby. That's how bad it was back in the day. But this is in Texas. What's the saying? It's always in Texas.
That's what?
Isn't there a saying about Texas?
Don't mess with Texas?
No.
Bigger in Texas.
Bigger in Texas? Is that it? Doesn't rhyme very good, does it? I was waiting for something really good, but yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So you got to watch out for killer roosters. Yeah, this is in the Philippines. So anyways, this cop was killed by a rooster during a raid on illegal cockfighting. And what it did was it slashed his artery in his neck because they put razors on them. They put blades on these guys. So these roosters are carrying in the fight. And the cock cut him right in the neck. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at somebody dying, but
yeah, the cock got him right in the throat, apparently. Oh my God, his artery got cut.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy. So
that is crazy. Death by chicken.
If you're not enough
choking the chicken,
if you're not enough, if you're, I was thinking of an Alice in Chains song myself when I read that article. But if you're not into killing them, maybe you just want to sit by the fire with your favorite chicken. So now you can buy a fire log that smells like fried chicken. It's yours, courtesy of KFC.
You gotta be kidding.
What the fuck is this? You imagine sitting back, putting a log on, smoking a few doobies, and then you get the munchies, and you start eating a fire log. Who threw the chicken on the fire. Get it out.
Wow.
God damn it.
That is crazy.
Yeah, you're going to smell 11 herbs and spices, all right. It's an Envirolog. That's the first time KFC and environment, or something good for the environment is put it in the same sentence. Oh, my God. And to lead into our show tonight, they're boarding up down in the U.S.
Yes, they are.
Because 20 minutes ago before the show, I realized the election is today, not in 2 days. As opposed, because on the 5th, it's Guy Fawkes, and that's when, you blow the building up, right? But apparently, I think in the U.S., they're planning on blowing up or burning down or smashing buildings because the plywood shortage has started down there. People can't even buy plywood anymore. And I heard that they're moving the guns in Walmart. Like, they're taking all the guns off the shelves. They're moving all the ammo. Man.
Well,
yeah,
God bless America.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the weekly wacky news. And the day the American election takes place, not 2 days. But you know what, though? It could be 2 days before they finally get the tallies in. And before we go into This Week in Music, let's do a quick update here because
let's see where we're at.
We are keeping track here at the headquarters, the Canadian American Electoral Headquarters. We are
Canadian
keeping you posted.
Headquarters.
We're certainly doing a better job than CNN, CBC, CTV, and all those other channels because we're bringing you exactly what's happening on the screen. There you go. We got
the numbers 8572.
There you go, folks. You're getting it live from us right now. You don't need anything else. You can get rid of your cable subscription and just watch us from now on.
Cut the cable.
Cut the cable. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our next segment of the show.
This Week in Music.
All right. It's time for This Week in Music. Let's see what we got here. 1977, October 28th, the Sex Pistols released their one and only studio album, Nevermind the Bollocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. The album was originally to be titled God Save the Sex Pistols, but the title changed when Steve Jones suggested the now famous phrase, which means stop talking rubbish. Never mind the bollocks. Stop talking rubbish. Here's the Sex Pistols, all you need. On October 28, 1978, I have never heard of this before. Tim, you probably have, and you probably have seen it. The live-action movie Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park was shown on NBC in the U.S. The four rock stars had to deal with a mad scientist who went crazy in an amusement park. I have not seen this movie. Have you seen this?
Never? Of course.
I've never seen
I
it.
saw it when it came out.
Oh, God, I can't. Does it sound? Is it as good as it sounds?
Oh yeah. It's,
I think it's up there with Star Wars. I think.
I think so.
Yeah, for me it is. Not for you, but for my brain, it's up there with Star Wars.
It's funny, I had never heard of this before. 78. What was I? I was 5, so I missed it. Oh well. Let's see. In 1997, REM drummer Bill Berry announced that he was leaving the band after 17 years to become a farmer. I don't know. I guess you get tired of playing rock and roll and drumming and you want to be a farmer. Nothing wrong with that.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish.
I'm late on that too.
That's an album. That's an REO Speedwagon album.
Okay, let's see. In 2003, researchers in the U.S. found that songs get stuck in your head because they create a brain itch that can only be scratched by repeating the tune over and over. Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, baby shark. Yeah, so songs such as YMCA and Who Let the Dogs Out and now Baby Shark owe their success to the ability to create a cognitive itch, according to Professor James Calaris of the University of Cincinnati. I guess if you can come up with something that scratches the brain, then you got a hit on your hands.
Yeah, like I'm gonna start writing songs about crabs.
Crabs. You have a crab problem?
No, but you'll get itches.
Ah!
You get an itchy crab on your brain.
Bon Scott wrote one, Crab City in Blue,
There
on
you
an
go.
AC/DC record that was not released in North America initially because it wasn't very tasteful.
But now the YMCA might be better known for Trump's dancing. Have you seen the video with the Trump and Elaine merged together?
I have not, but
Oh my
I
God.
heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's well worth the search.
We should look that up.
Yep.
Check it out. Let's see. On October 30th, 1970, Jim Morrison of The Doors was fined and sentenced to 6 months in jail after being found guilty of exposing himself during a gig in Miami. Dun, dun, dun.
6 months?
6 months and a fine for pulling out your thing or whatever the hell he did. Don't
Florida.
do that in Miami. That's pretty stiff. Also on October 30th in 1971, Pink Floyd released their 6th studio album, Metal. Can you see it? Yeah, sort of. The album features One of These Days with the vocal line by drummer Nick Mason, his one and only vocal performance in the band. The album also features the 23-minute track Echoes, which took up all of side 2 on the vinyl record. And the cover image was photographed by Bob Dowling. The image represents an ear underwater collecting waves of sound. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's an ear photographed underwater. Interesting.
It's eerie.
Echoes is one of my favorite Pink Floyd tracks.
Yeah,
All
it's a
23
beauty,
minutes.
man. That's a beauty.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. October 30th, 1998. All 4 original members of Black Sabbath reunited to play Paranoid on the David Letterman show. Let's have a listen. Or not. Yeah, there we go. Best lineup of Sabbath as far as I'm concerned. I think they sound pretty good there. I remember watching that live on Letterman way, way back in the day. Sounded great. Okay. Well, here we go. In 1969, on Halloween night, David Bowie did a Halloween gig at the General Gordon Gravesend, England. The gig lasted about 15 minutes. Bowie sang Space Oddity to everyone's delight and then dragged a stool on stage along with a huge book, and then he sat and read poems until he was booed off stage. Good gig.
Oh, what a card.
Oh, boy. Also on Halloween 1986, Roger Waters went to the High Court to try and stop David Gilmour and Nick Mason from using the name Pink Floyd for future touring and recording. And we all know how that turned out. Not good. Not good for Roger, anyway.
Hit a wall.
Good for the rest of them. Okay. Another Halloween night, 1990. During a gig in Seattle, Washington, Billy Idol, who is famous for playing pranks while he's on the road, dumped 600 dead fish into Faith No More's dressing room in response to their video for the, I can't remember the name of the damn song.
Epic.
Yeah, with the dead fish flopping at the end. I guess it wasn't dead yet. Faith No More responded by walking on the stage during his final song, Naked.
Did she do 6 months?
No, apparently they didn't. They got off. This was in Seattle, so I guess you're allowed to do that in Seattle, but not in Miami.
And it was a girl, too. So
Let's see. November 1st, 2012, Metal Hammer magazine published a list of the top 10 rock and heavy metal mustaches. I looked for pictures, and I could not find any. But the list included mustaches by Frank Zappa, all the members of Black Sabbath except for Ozzy, James Hetfield, Lemmy, and Freddie Mercury topped the list with the best rock and roll
what
mustache.
about the guy from Northern Storm? Apparently Ann Romer really liked that.
And Romer.
Remember that? Mustache Mark Robinson with the mustachio.
Mustachio.
Ann likes the mustache.
She likes the mustache. Yeah. Got to dig that tape out, man.
Yeah.
1964, November 3rd, during a Rolling Stones North American tour, a 17-year-old Stones fan fell from the balcony during a gig in Cleveland, Ohio. Oops. Maybe they had coconut trees in the stands. I don't know. The mayor of Ohio
They had
banned
Coke, all right.
What?
They had
They got
Coke
what?
in the stands. No nuts, just Coke.
The mayor of Ohio banned all future pop concerts, saying such groups do not add to the community's culture or entertainment. Jeez, what a bummer. God. November 3rd, 1990. Oh, here's another one going to get stuck in my head. Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice became the first rap record to top the U.S. singles chart, and later the first one to top
By
the
a
UK
white guy.
charts. By a white guy. Yeah.
It's true.
The track was initially released as a B-side to the rapper's cover of Play That Funky Music, and then they changed it to an A-side after DJs were playing that song instead of the A-side. So that's interesting. Couple more things here. November 3rd, 1997, Metallica came to an out-of-court agreement with a fan who claimed he lost his sense of smell after being dropped on his head by fans in one of their shows 4 years earlier.
He could just have COVID. That's a side effect.
No idea. Get dropped on the head, lose your sense of smell. I don't know. No idea. And finally, on October 30th, 1989, Joe Satriani released Flying in a Blue Dream. This record, and I have to tell you, this record changed my life. I was 16 years old, just starting to play the guitar, when a friend of mine from high school introduced me to this album. And I listened to it, and I said to myself, wow, what the hell is that guy doing? And I said to myself, I want to play like that. I want to learn that. And that was basically what turned me on to looking at the guitar in a whole different light. Instead of just playing some riffs and some punk and some, yeah, it was just amazing. Blew my mind. So one of my favorite records of all time. Changed how I looked at music, how I looked at the guitar. Love it.
This is getting
That's it.
emotional. I think this whole election thing's really grabbed you, man.
It has. On the edge of my seat.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks.
That's it. That's this week in music. All right. Now, should we do a numbers check?
I just did. I think we're still at the same. We're still at the same. But there's some states coming. So we got 27 I guess vote lead. So we got Biden's at 119 and Trump's at 92. 270 to win. So that's not a bad little lead at this point. And the Texas is looking blue at this point. New Mexico has been taken by Biden. So there's a little bit of blue. There's some blue coming through the middle there too. So see what happens. But
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
oh my God.
Yeah.
You know,
One of the best movies ever.
what movie was that?
That's from Christmas Vacation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's Aunt Bethany saying grace.
Right. Yeah, it would be hard. I've seen it, but it'd be hard for me to remember stuff from that movie. So so I gotta before we check more. I want a couple of things I need to talk about. One thing right off as we just getting the music. I started reading a book or reading. I always say reading, and then I feel guilty because I wasn't reading it. I was listening, so it's like I'm cheating almost. But I'm listening to the Peter Frampton's audiobook right now, and I'm loving it because I was a big Peter Frampton fan. Well, I still am, I guess. And it's a great book, and talking of his life and stuff like that. So it's for anybody who. It's a great book for anybody who thinks these guys that make it big end up making lots and lots of money. it's not always the case. And it's a great book if somebody wanted to get a real feel of what it's like for somebody to struggle, even though you're the most famous person on the planet for a certain period of time.
Well, back then it was so much about the record companies making money.
Yeah, but for him though, it was that one live album that was just
Frampton Comes
massive. It was just an incredible piece of work. It's probably one of my favorite albums of all time.
It's one of the greatest live records.
It is.
Ever.
I don't think
Is it still the best-selling live album?
I'm not sure.
Because at one point it was until, if it's been bumped off, it's only been bumped off recently.
Yeah, well, I think it might be, and I think my two favorite live albums is that, and then it's Seconds Out by Genesis. I think they were both it's so amazingly produced and made and played. It was amazing. There's something in it, and I think if you listen to Frampton Comes Alive, when you get to that part at the end of Feel Like I Do, when he pulls away from the talk box and goes into the guitar, that moment, and I think there's only so many moments in music where it's like boom, and you could never recreate that. Like, I've seen them live and they do a very good job live, but that was just incredible what they did there. So on that note,
let me just jump in here. According to rollingstone.com, the number one live album is James Brown live at the Apollo. Number two is the Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East. Johnny Cash.
Now, is that sales wise?
Well, yeah, this one says.
Yeah. Frampton Comes Alive isn't even in the top 10.
So that might be someone picking a bunch of fucking albums.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets personal.
For sales, I'm going to probably say Frampton has got to be in the top 3.
Yeah. The thing is, I love I can listen to that whole album from start to finish so many times. So like I could put it on tomorrow morning and just get so into it that I don't want to turn it off. And I think that's very rare. But again, music is personal, is very personal. And, but to me, there was a lot of magic in it. And I think that's what people picked up on. The magic of the recording was there.
Yeah. And there's such great performances too. I mean, of all the songs, and just it's so tight. It was great. It's just so amazing. I mean, the record company probably forced him to do it and stuff. And he said he didn't want to. He really just wanted to be a guitar player. He didn't want to sing. Yeah. And but yeah. So, but he's played with a lot of people. Like he toured with. He did the Spiders tour with David Bowie. He played guitar for David Bowie on that tour. He's done a lot of stuff. His friends too. Did a lot of work with Ringo. He's done work with George Harrison. He played guitar on what was that song by George Harrison? Is it Ain't That a Pity? Ain't that a crap. Yeah.
But he played guitar on a few of those records, and he's done some. He's played with the Allman Brothers. But yeah, so that's a really good read if you like rock. If you like rock and roll, and he reads it too, which is really nice because
he reads it himself.
He has a great sense of humor. And just to throw out a couple of other books, if you like music and you like reading and you like audiobooks and you like hearing the artist, Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run, and Phil Collins' book, I forget what it's called, but I've listened to it twice. It is a phenomenal book.
That's good. Good, nice.
So let's get back to the riots. Let's get back to reality. So the riots, we were talking about this earlier, and I actually had to, when I saw that they were boarding up the stores and stuff, I had to actually go online and start to find some deeper information on what was the reasoning behind boarding? Were they thinking that if Trump loses, would the Democrats start getting pissed off, or if Trump loses, would the Trump supporters be mad and rebel, or would it be that Trump wins and the Democrats? So, but I think they don't know how it's going to go. I think they assume that both sides are going to be pissed no matter what happens.
Yeah.
So
That's kinda
someone,
how I'm thinking.
yeah. So either way, they're kind of looking at, one way or another. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. And I think, you got to say to yourself, with COVID, are they due for another riot? When was the last one?
They're well overdue.
No, well, no, because they were on a roll. Like, it's quieting down after. It wasn't the George Floyd was was George Floyd the last one where they had the riots, or was there someone after that?
Oh, there's been riots for.
I'm sure there's
I'm
more.
trying to think.
Afterwards.
Was there
Absolutely.
one big blow up though after the George Floyd incident? I think there was one. Breonna Taylor. Was that after George Floyd?
Yeah, I believe so. And then there was just one recently.
Oh, there was one in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Or there was, that guy was shot.
Back.
That's right. He was
He had
shot
a
in the
knife.
back.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was the
yeah,
last.
yeah.
That's when the riot spurred there. I'm not sure where they were. Yeah, but here's a good point: civil war. Now that's how civil wars start, because when you're so divided, two sides are so divided. And I've seen Canada start getting more and more divided, which is scary.
Well, Canada tends to follow the U.S., right?
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
in anything.
But I notice now, I think social media has played a big role in the separation game, because people have just got used to arguing with everybody. They've people have almost brainwashed themselves into being this angst person all the time. And it's very upsetting. I'm going the other way. I've given up on it. And I was looking at the amount of time I spent on social media this week, and it's down a lot. Last week, a lot. But then I started saying to myself, well, if I'm not on social media, how am I promoting the Human Initiative program? You're not putting out like posts all the time, like, hey, watch Comedy Chords and Chaos, and you're doing all that, because all the marketing you would do for anything, even business, even if I want to sell coffee, if I want to sell a renovation job, it's all on social media. So if you say, I'm not going on social media anymore, then you really isolate yourself so much. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I agree 100%. That's the reason I am on any social media is really where I get my information about pretty much anything, about the music I follow and stuff like that. But as far as discussing, if is that a word now?
Yeah.
Because do you discuss anymore, or do you
No,
just
I think you just state your opinion.
But I don't think you guys really
fend
don't.
off insults.
But you and Tim, Mark and Tim, you guys don't stick your nose in anywhere.
No.
You never do.
There's no point.
I'm the only
find
one who
there's
does.
absolutely no point. I mean, you can, if you have a difference of an opinion with somebody, especially on the internet, you can voice your opinion. It's not going to mean squat to anybody.
Yeah.
And you're not going to change anybody's mind. There's no. It's like arguing with a brick wall. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
But then you feel that you're not. I don't know. I wouldn't say you're right, but you're not defending what you believe is right. And is that, if you see someone bashing something that is wrong, go on, Tim.
But the only thing I feel we've become is that there's no gray anymore. It's black or
black
white.
and white. Yeah,
Right.
Same
no
with
gray area.
I don't know how, like, this partisan politics. You can't agree with every single thing that one party or one person believes or thinks. Like, I don't understand, you're a Republican and you only believe what their stance is. I just don't understand that thinking,
Right.
Well, that's
like
delusional. That's delusional thinking, because now exactly. So
that's what we become.
yeah, because there's definitely the Liberal Party. You could be. Let's say you consider yourself a voter for the Liberal Party in Canada, but man, there's got to be something in their policies that you don't agree with. There has to be.
Absolutely.
There
But
there has to be in anything. Nothing is absolute.
Exactly.
Nothing is
You know,
absolute.
I was
Exactly.
never a Doug Ford fan, but at the beginning of the pandemic, I actually, thought he was doing an okay job. He did what he had to do, and I just think we've got to get away from it's this or that. It's
Well,
me
he did
or
what a
them.
leader has to do. And
Yeah.
in a time of crisis, though COVID is a time of crisis, he started showing some leadership as far as just bringing people to, come on, guys, we got to get through this together. He started doing some leadership. And if you ever look back, I always look back at how Winston Churchill got England through World War II. That guy just had his whole job was to really
Was
get
rallying.
the people of England to believe in themselves that they will come out the other end. And
Right.
we don't see that anymore. I don't even think we see it with Trudeau. I think he gets up there but he
Lets his hair flow in the breeze
and I mean, but like Obama did it.
That man could speak, like
Right.
whether you believed in his
That's right.
policies.
Exactly.
Or just listening to the man.
And I think when you look at great leaders, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, when you listen to great leaders, even if you don't believe in what they're talking about, if they can almost convince you,
Almost inspire you. Yeah.
But sometimes you need that. And now
that's the thing right there is what you said is inspire you. If they can inspire you in any way or make you think differently in any way, without shoving something down your throat or saying it's this or that, period. But if they can make you think outside the box, so to speak, then yeah, they're doing a good job.
Or like you said, at least think. You don't have to agree with it, but it's become so like they won't even listen. Like you will not.
Exactly.
It's there's no dialogue, and unfortunately, that's what we've become. And to Mark's point, you cannot have a conversation with too many people out there.
No, it just doesn't happen anymore.
Like you said, it's like talking to a brick wall. You're never going to change their mind.
And everybody's done their research, and everybody has their own facts, and they know, and it's just nobody budges anymore.
Yeah, I think
nobody,
I think that's what's happened for sure. We've come so distant, and we've done it ourselves through this social media platform. People just so freaking uptight all the time. Nobody wants to listen.
You think with all the social media and texting and phones and blah blah blah, you think that communication would be something that is up and evolved, but it hasn't. It's come down. There is no communication. There's just a back and forth of opinions, and it becomes aggressive, and it almost becomes more like a bullying thing in a way. I mean, people are just trolling their stuff over and over and over, and if anybody says anything different, then you become the asshole. You're the bad guy. You could try and speak to somebody with a difference of opinion, and immediately you're just bash. So
Mark, I do have to give you credit. You are the one of very few people I know that do what you do and put yourself out there, but at least will listen.
Right.
You're very open to hearing another side as opposed to just spewing out your side, your facts.
I look at it as a way of learning as well. Listening to
a fucking idiot, you can learn a lot. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
You definitely can get your entertainment value in there. I mean, let's talk about the Flat Earth Society for a minute.
You know what I do now? Like I've been in the company of some people that just rub me the wrong way, and I just shut them out. I've actually just sat there, and I just pull out my phone, and I just ignore them. Like I've got to the point where I can't even get even the thought of throwing something back at you right now. I don't even want to even acknowledge you. I just done.
Right. Yeah.
And I've got to that. I just walk away. But I think the problem is text messaging is a great example. when you get a text message, you just basically get, and now you can do a text message from your car where there's no punctuation, there's no nothing.
Mhm.
So I do it all the time. Push the button and you Siri freaking asks me what I want to say, and I tell her, and she says, "Okay, here's your message," and she plays it back. Are you ready to send it now? Frick, I would have been, I should have called. But anyways, finally the text message goes. But when I hear it back sometimes before she sends it, I'm like, I can't even understand that. Doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
What the hell? You just chopped it all up. And then I'm thinking, now when the other person gets a text message, I know the younger generation, like my kids, probably don't really read into it. They just take the information and they're there. But for when I get a text message, like, so if you send me a text message, I'm going to read into it. I'm going to start saying to myself, oh, why didn't he write more? Was he pissed off with me? Or why did he say that? Like, why? That's what I do when I get a text message. I don't know if you guys do, but I look at it and go, oh, especially if you get one from your wife. You could play games with your wife. You play back, okay, fine. Okay, fine. My wife, I don't know if she's watching right now, but the classic is okay with a bunch of frickin' O's at the beginning of it. Okay. Now I'm thinking to myself, that's not a typo. You just don't that's not a typo would be 8K or something, but okay.
She had her finger on that
okay.
Well, text can be taken so out of context too.
Yeah.
And I find that it depends on how well I know the person too. And I can sort of hear them saying what they're texting in a way, and but
that's what I'm saying. You hear it, you pick up on it, like,
you hear it in your head and you start to wonder, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's messed up, but I don't know. I just think now, but the thing is, the fighting online too. It's just become like people are just doing it because they get a kick out of it.
Of course, yeah.
And then it just gets everyone up.
Reason.
Yeah, just insulting people is the easy way. Like you can insult if you can insult people. People insult people with the crude approach or insults. But if or they get at people with insults. But why don't you try getting at somebody with a good intellectual response? But I've tried that in the past. I've typed out paragraphs of shit, and then the guy comes back and goes, "You're a fucking idiot." And then it's like, it just destroys everything I wrote. Like, it just like, then I get mad because I put all this time and effort into
you're
writing.
Wasting your time.
I am wasting my time.
It's a complete waste of time. It's like, you might as well just, go do something else. I mean, there are two things I have learned, that there are two things I'm never going to discuss with anybody online or religion and politics. Forget it.
And here we are doing a show on politics. This is freaking good, isn't it? Next week we'll be talking about the Catholic Church.
We said at the beginning, we are the worst people to have on this.
Maybe we're the best. Maybe that makes us the best because we're not taking sides. Though I kind of am. Anyways, Joe's winning 131-92.
131-92.
So he's almost got a 40 lead there. Come on, Joe. And it still looks like about, I would say it's about almost half time in the big game.
Almost half time? We got a halftime show right here. That's Joe Satriani.
Joe. That's a Joe. Just say Joe.
That's Joe.
What guitar players are named Don?
Are named what?
Sorry?
How many guitar players are named Don? What guitar players? Don Felder?
Yeah.
The guy from the Eagles?
Eagles. Yeah.
So we could have him playing for Donald Trump.
Okay.
So if you get your name Donald, but how many? Donnie.
I don't know any other Dons.
There gotta be
Donald Duck Dunn, but that's a bass player.
Bass players don't count.
I'm just thinking of Donald.
Donalds. There's not many Donalds that rock and roll. How many Donalds are rockers?
Don Henley, but that's a singer drummer.
This is good because I was going to bring this up earlier. Wade just noticed I'm in blue and Mark's in red.
He is,
Oh, that is ironic. This is the first time I think ever that I have done the show.
And you know what's
black
really
shirt.
funny? Mark R is not red and Mark B is not blue. Notice the initials there at the end? That's a
I
frickin'
see. Ah.
We're going to have to get Alex Jones on the show next week. Got a conspiracy building here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
either Wade.
So well, don't forget, like Tim mentioned earlier before the show, we were talking about before the show we went on, we were having our little meeting about the election tonight, and we noticed that there could be some missing ballots.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, well, you were saying that a lot of the votes, let's say from the American Army, so overseas votes,
Yeah,
they
the
don't come in today.
Yeah, they've got. I wish.
But
I
they
could
probably
find
don't
it.
count. There's probably not that many. You said there was 300,000, but you got to remember those 300,000 are scattered
Yeah.
amongst the country.
See
So,
if I can find-
and I wonder if they know how many are still to come in from where. But yeah, Joe's getting a bit of a lead now.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
Oh, got to get excited. Hey,
I'm looking up.
listen,
guitarists
when you're
named
cheering
Donald
when you're cheering, look how
What
many
do we got? Who do we got?
here. I can't find any.
no Donnies.
I
no-
got,
no
I had it-
Donnies.
Where'd he go?
Is Donnie short for anything? Oh,
I
did
I
Donnie
got a
Osmond
Donnie Dacus.
did Donnie Osmond play guitar?
Probably not for real.
He faked it.
Donny Osmond.
Donnie Osmond. I actually, so grade 3, I had a cassette player. It was one of the RCA cassette player. You had the handle, the front pulled out. Where's the front?
Oh, I had one of
Front pulled
those.
out?
Yeah.
And I had a Donnie Osmond tape, and I had the Crazy Horses album by the Osmonds. I was in grade 3,
Nice.
but those tapes were chick magnets in grade 3. Those girls loved it. The fact that we could walk around the bottom of the
I don't-
apartment building with frickin' Puppy Love playing, they came like frickin' seagulls to fries, man. I'm telling you. They were.
You sure it was the
best-
tapes and not the tape recorder?
Best interview
No.
question ever was when Letterman asked Donny Osmond how long him and Marie were married.
Oh, wow. You know what? They could have been fooling around.
Oh,
Too funny.
Oh,
I love
man.
Letterman. God, I miss
Well,
him.
he was a little bit country. He was a little bit rock and roll. Just he was only a little bit rock and roll. Trust me, I heard his shit. He wasn't much rock and roll at all. I don't. He's a little bit rock and roll. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Letterman was one of a kind.
yeah, good old Letterman. He made a couple of blunders. Like, didn't he make another one? Wasn't there another? Oh, didn't he do something that wasn't? Oh, didn't he cheat on his wife? What? Here we are, fucking making
he
shit
had an
up now.
affair with one of his.
Tune in for
what
our
was she?
next conspiracy next week as we make up shit.
She was his. No, she wasn't a stagehand. She
She was someone in the office.
Yeah, I forget what she was like his assistant or something. I can't remember. But he.
Wade says cheering for Biden is like cheering for the Leafs. It looks like well then guaranteed frickin' he's not getting in.
Oh. Brother.
Oh goodness. Yeah. It's what were we talking? Oh, Donnie Osmond. My God. I know I have a friend from high school. I won't mention any names, but she's still crazy about that guy. Goes on all his cruises and everything. Yeah. Like I don't know. I put him in the same category as Barry Manilow. You think?
Yeah.
Barry,
Barry Manilow wrote songs. Did Donny Osmond write songs or did he just?
You're asking the wrong guy.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
don't know.
question
I
now.
don't know.
Now we got to Google frickin'. We need a Donny Osmond fan on the show.
Donny Osmond.
Here we go.
Fucking great. Yeah. Stop touching the dog, Donnie. You wait. I'm going to write a song about this one day. You'll be laughing.
Yeah, you'll be sorry. Oh,
Stop
God.
touching Fluffy. And they called it puppy love.
Oh,
Oh, those Mormons and their puppy love. Yeah, well, they listen. They were the answer. They were the white answer to the frickin' Jacksons.
Yeah.
When I was a
They were.
kid, they had the Jackson 5 on the cartoons, and then they had the Osmonds on the cartoons. So you could watch all the black cartoon guys, and then you could watch all the white cartoon guys. You get your pick. It was so freaking cartoons were segregated back then. But it was you know who discovered the Osmonds on TV? Do you remember that? Do you know?
I don't know.
Before your time, maybe. Well, do you know who discovered the Jacksons who made the Jacksons big on TV?
Quincy. Oh, on
No,
TV.
on TV. See if there's any answers coming in here. It was Diana Ross show. So she had a show, and she would have the Jacksons on there. Then Andy Williams' show had the Osmonds on, and that's what they did back and forth. It was like really weird. It was like they were competing against each other.
Yeah, they made their debut on the Andy Williams show in 1962. The Osmond brothers.
Yeah.
4 older brothers, yeah.
Yeah. 1962.
Because the family was huge, was it not?
Well, I think they were like they had the Jacksons and stuff. Yeah, they were, but the Jacksons had 2 girls and the Osmonds had only one, I think, and the rest were boys. Can you name all the Osmonds? There was
one little fat
Morel.
Oh.
Morel. You can't say
young
fat kids.
brother.
Well, you can on our show, but you can't on any other show. Radio silence because you guys are
I'm
reading
looking it up.
Morel. I'm gonna say Morel for one. Morel, I think, and
Morel. Morel. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, got one.
That's one.
Because I couldn't get all the Jacksons. I was close, but I couldn't get all the Jacksons. And obviously Donnie and Marie and I don't know. I'm thinking Laurel. Was there a one with an L?
Hardy.
No, Laurel Hardy. The fat one was called Hardy. For sure. Oh, Jimmy, atta boy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Oh, he was the little boy. He had a song.
He was the little one, yeah. The little fat kid.
Little fat kid. He was a fat Osmond. And Tito was the fat Jackson.
Tito.
Tito, the fat Jackson.
No,
Boy.
this reminds me of something now. Oh shit! What?
There was Alan and Wayne.
Alan. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Alan was also
Jay.
Alan was also a Jackson, wasn't he?
He went between. Yeah, he went back and forth.
Alan and Wayne. Wayne, that's right. Wayne, that's a Mormon name. Wayne and Alan and Jimmy. Jimmy had a song called "The 12th of Never." It was a big hit. It was a big hit in England. 12th of Never. Oh, and he had another one, "Mother of Mine." Actually, "Mother of Mine" was his. Why am I remembering this?
Still have the cassette tape.
I can't remember what I did this morning, but I remember what he was big hit, yeah. So he was like the Andy Gibb of the Bee Gees because they didn't really include him in other reindeer games. So
save that for the Christmas show.
So fuck. Speaking of Christmas shows, they're already playing Christmas music on the radios.
Yeah, they started CHFI on Monday.
Weren't they supposed to wait to December? I thought, or is it COVID? Right?
No,
they're
usually
trying to make
it was
people
mid-November, but they figured that this year everyone needed some.
Fuck Remembrance Day this year. Let's jump right in, and that's
we're
that's why
skipping Remembrance Day.
everyone says you can't put up your Christmas tree until after November 11th because everyone gets upset about it, which I don't understand. I mean, you can still have a Christmas tree up and celebrate Remembrance Day. What are you, freaking can't multitask? Couple of dates? What the?
Put your tree up whenever the hell you feel like.
Oh
putting
yeah,
your
this
tree
is
up.
good.
But
This is good. Then we had these.
I
guys.
don't want to see pictures of it on Facebook.
No.
Somebody threw the Partridge Family. Danny
That's right.
Bonaducci.
Hey. Here's a song go. Da, 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 da. Who was the manager? Who was the manager?
Kincaid.
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 What was his first name? Russ, not Russ.
Something Kincaid.
Kincaid.
We need next.
Is that right?
Okay, next week, oldie show.
Next week, what?
Actually, no. Next week is it? We should do a Remembrance Day show next week.
Ruben Kincaid.
Ruben Kincaid.
That's
Did
it.
you Google that? You're looking up
I
at a
didn't.
screen.
No, I didn't. I just that ad actually just came to me.
You were thinking sandwich.
Yeah, he's always.
You're hungry. Ruben Kincaid.
I'm starving.
We should order some pizzas.
Brother.
One show. So yeah, Ruben Kincaid and that was the. So who were they competing? Did they what show did? Oh, did they compete with the Brady Bunch?
Probably.
Were
they were probably around the same time.
Yeah,
I
because
think.
didn't they do something together? I thought they had a crossover where they not. I think they did.
I think one of them. Yeah, what's his name? The not Danny Bonaducci, the other guy. What the hell?
Didn't Danny Bonaducci fight one of them?
Did he fight? I think he
Who
fought.
did he fight?
Gary Coleman. He
all
fought
the
Gary
Bradys.
Coleman.
Gary Coleman.
Gary, I don't think so.
Oh, who did he
From
fight?
Different Strokes.
Okay, guys. Wait. Oh, the
We're
monkeys.
way off
The
topic
monkeys.
now.
The monkeys were before. The monkeys were
monkeys were
before.
Yeah.
Who's talking about Dad?
No.
No.
Who did Danny?
Bonaducci.
Danny Coleman.
Oh no, Chachi.
Oh, Chachi. That's right.
He fought
yeah.
Chachi.
They
Hey,
fought
one for
Chachi.
me,
That's
Chachi.
right.
He's a big Trump supporter.
He fought Chachi.
Yeah, he's a little messy.
Oh boy.
Did you ever see the Happy Days where Richie Cunningham? Well, I guess the Cunninghams were Republican voters, and they were Republicans, and
How the
they
hell do you remember that?
no, because it's this part of the story. I'm telling. That's how I know. You'll know at the end. You go, oh yeah. Wait to see the oh yeah moment at the end.
Okay.
So Richie Cunningham really liked this girl, but she was working at the Democratic campaign office, and they were kind of hip and cool, right, playing the Democratic role. So he wanted to get a date with her, so he went and worked at the campaign office, but he didn't tell his dad. So finally, at the end, it all came out when I guess their party lost or whatever, and it all came out. And he had to tell his dad that he voted for the Democrats because he liked the girl, and then he never got the girl.
Oh boy.
So politics does not get you the girl, guys. Don't vote. Don't vote. Man, that brings back memories.
Are we gonna do a throwback show?
Well,
We gotta do a throwback show.
Didn't Ron Howard? Wasn't there something about Chachi or Scott Baio not being invited to the reunion? There was some Happy Days reunion recently.
Oh, really? Because he's a Republican.
Yeah, correct. And so everyone else was going to be part of this thing that Ron Howard was putting together, and like Chachi was bad mouthing it.
Didn't know about that.
He turned out like
that was recent. Like,
he
that
turned
was-
out like that other guy.
Other guy.
I'm trying to think. He was in Full House.
You know the other guy.
No, guy in Full House. Was he in Full House?
Full House.
Cameron.
I didn't watch Full House.
Oh,
The banana kid. The banana guy. No, what's his name? Cameron.
no, no.
Cameron Haynes. No, Cameron Haynes. No, not. Sorry, Cameron. Not
Kirk Cameron.
Not Cameron Haynes. Sorry,
No,
Cameron.
Kirk Cameron.
that
That's
wasn't
a
Full
different
House.
show altogether.
Kirk Cameron. That guy.
No, that's a different show.
He turned into
That's,
one of these really high-strung
yeah.
Christians with that other
Religious,
guy. I'm
yeah.
trying to think of the guy. And they had the
Growing
banana.
Pains.
Growing Pains, that's
Pains.
it.
He's
With
the
Alan
guy.
Thicke.
Yeah, he did the video. He did the famous video clip where he's holding a banana. They're holding a banana and they're peeling a banana. And he said, and the guy says, God designed this banana so monkeys and apes could peel it. And Cameron Haynes is Cameron Haynes. Fuck, why am I saying Cameron Haynes? Kirk Cameron. Kirk Cameron's right there going, yep, that's it. That's why the banana's designed like that, so it peels open. What were you thinking when you made the fucking turnip? That's what I want to know. Because you ever tried peeling a turnip?
Oh God.
Oh, I don't know where they come up with this. I love it.
I have a piece of useless information about Happy Days.
We've had a whole hour of fucking useless information. Why are you bringing it up
Yeah,
now?
but I got more. Richie Cunningham had a brother on the show.
Originally,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
He was in
He
the army,
had a
was he
brother,
not?
and
he in the army?
he what?
Was he in the army? Did he join the army?
I
The
think
he
so,
service?
came
something like
back,
that.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just disappeared. He was never spoken
No one
of
said a
again.
word.
Because he
He's gone.
joined Chachi's camp.
Yeah.
Chachi recruited him.
Yeah,
But
he would
Joni,
be hanging around playing basketball, and then where's his
Joni
brother?
loves Chachi. Oh, we got it. We should create conspiracy theories and stuff of we should because there's a lot of good we should do maybe every week we do an old show and talk about it because there's a lot of good dirt on those shows. We could
All
be
right, I'm for that.
Arrow.
we could be the next tabloid.
TMZ.
Oh yeah, that's what we should do. I think we're on to something. We'll just report all the stuff that's going up. Because, what was I thinking? Oh, I thought of something. I can't. I got to think of it. When I think of it, though, I got to say it. If I don't say it, I got like a window of 3 seconds. If I don't get it out
Write
in
it
3
down,
seconds,
man. Write it down.
it clears. It's like, the board. It's like someone standing in my head with a freaking eraser going, okay, time's up. We got to write the next thing down. No,
boy.
I was thinking, because Gilligan's Island.
That's a good one.
There was a lot of stuff going on there. Apparently, they were all on coke and stuff, and I think
coconuts.
yeah, Mary Ellen and who knows, and Ginger and all that stuff. I heard there was crazy stuff, and apparently, Batman and Robin, Adam West and who was Robin? I can't remember. No one gives a shit.
Burt Ward.
Burt Ward. Yeah, no one really cares about Robin, unfortunately.
Burt and Ernie.
But they apparently, I used to hear stories that they would have these wild sex parties all the time. But if I was Batman,
I could see Batman participating, but not Robin.
if I was Batman and I had a big bird as my sidekick, hey, honey, you want to come to my place and see my Robin?
Oh my God.
What,
I never understood Gilligan's Island. I never understood that show. They can make a frickin' radio out of coconuts, but they can't make a raft or fix the hole in the boat. Like, come on. Right? Like,
that's TV, man.
yeah, I know.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Gilligan's Island was great. But that was a good show, though.
All those old shows were good, and there's nothing like that anymore. You don't have TV like that anymore. It's
Big
not
Brother.
fun like it used to.
The Kardashians. What are you talking about?
Please.
Yeah, there's nothing. Remember those shows, Bachelor? You ever have to sit through a Bachelor or a Bachelorette?
Never.
You never
No.
sat through one?
Never.
I've done it.
Sorry
I've
about
tried.
that.
Just I was just couldn't get off the couch. I was too tired, so I probably sat through it all. But brutal stuff, man. I've never
Never.
seen anything like it. You know, women go on and on about, they want a faithful guy and all that. The next minute, the chick's
watching. Yeah.
banging 20 guys or vice versa. And I'm thinking,
vice versa, yeah.
where's the math on this? Like, this is not real.
No.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing real about reality TV.
Do we have one more update before we... Oh, what do we got here? Drum roll, please. This is like the Jerry Lewis telethon. We're trying.
What do we got?
Hurry up.
It's like the U.S. has a terrible disease. It's 131 to 98.
131
So
98. Oh, okay.
Trumper got a few in there.
Play ball.
Was that gunfire?
There
That was fireworks. I thought it was gunfire in the background.
That's later.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna happen later tonight.
Oh, it's yeah. So we're 131.98. So it's got a 33 lead there going in. Well, folks, thank you for joining us for our next week. We're not sure what we're doing next week, are we? We haven't decided. We're gonna have to have a meeting. Find out what we're doing next week.
What's the date next week? I don't even know.
Oh,
what the
remember
date is today.
we
Remembrance Day. We can't forget Remembrance Day.
Now, can Comedy Chords and Chaos actually do a Remembrance Day show?
Not a good idea.
I guess we could. I guess we could. No, we can. We can do it. We can pull this off.
We can.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do our Remembrance Day show
Because
talking about Happy Days and the Brady Bunch.
No. Let's do it. I got war stories. I got some history that I can talk about and stuff like that. So I got some good stuff. But I think
wars with the ex-wife doesn't count.
But there was probably some incredible moments in the war too that we could find stories and some information, because it wasn't always. I mean, you figure you're away for 3-4 years fighting. You're gonna have some. There's gonna be some stories I think that are pretty good. And there's lots. There's tons of good stories. So it's not always, we can definitely dive into stuff. And it would be interesting to find some funny stuff on the war, because I think there's serious. No, you're missing out. Like, I'm sure there's guys that were there that if you were to sit down with some people if there was many people left. But I bet some of those guys could tell some stories that were funny. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there was a lot of humor and stuff like that. And but yeah, we could there's a lot of we could talk about a lot of songs that were written about the war. There's lots of good songs. We could get into that. So I think that sounds like we should do that.
Sounds like a good idea.
So let's talk about war music and the war. Or the influence.
What's it good for?
There's lots
absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
But there's lots of records, man. There's some good music based on the war. So we'll get into that. Tear down the wall.
Tear down the wall.
Yeah, right.
Bring the boys back home.
That's right. Vera Lynn. That's a great song. That's a great piece. That where he comes in and sings. Does anybody here remember Vera Lynn? That's a really good part. That's great. Getting all emotional now.
We can dissect the wall.
All right, folks.
All right.
So, good luck tonight, Joe. Good luck tonight, Donald. May the best man win. Or at least one of them win that can remember what happened the night before.
Oh, God bless America.
As Biden would say, well, it's been a great show. But I just like touching their little legs. That's all. Oh, poor Biden. Anyways, folks, we're out of here.